Hey, what's up everybody, primusprime22 here, and whoa, I don't know which I should bring attention to first, the haircut, or that I'm playing a game that I started playing almost a year ago. First, don't judge the haircut, it's what it's supposed to be, okay? My hair isn't supposed to be that long. Second off, we're back to another episode of Katawa Shoujo. How many of you remember this game? Only 90s kids remember when I did this Let's Play. Interestingly enough, this is probably like one of my worst performing series. Like nobody really watches these, but I have so much fun making them, so do what I want. So for those of you who don't know, and don't want to go back and watch all the back episodes, which I don't recommend. There are some poor quality on some of the early ones. But let's break down the backstory, a sort of Katawa Shoujo lore, if you will. So we got this main character, Hisao, who had a heart attack at his old school. So he got sent to Yamaku Academy with a bunch of disabled people. And he spends his time at the school learning that disabled people are people too. But yeah, you know, not to see people for their disabilities, but to see people for who they are, and I think that's a pretty cool message. So also it's also a dating sim, and we on this route are going. Well, our target is Hanako, the person we thought, a person we called. What are we? It's more of me. I called Harvey Dent for like the first half of the series. So but yeah, Hanako reminds me of myself, so we're gonna go for Hanako. So, without any more introduction, it's been almost a year since this started. Let's work on pushing through. We fall silent as we start to eat. Also, I do joke voices that get real old real fast, so I apologize for that. We fall silent as we start to eat. I take a second to reflect on our conversation. I've always thought that Hanako's shyness was simply due to her being self-conscious of her scars, but that's a pretty superficial way of looking at her. Just when I thought I was able to see the fog of Lily and Hanako, I realized that I'm more lost than when I started. We also find out that I have the, I can't read in this series. Lily quickly finishes her lunch, acutely aware of her meeting. I don't blame her. Shizune is most likely going to be there, and I doubt she wants to give her the satisfaction of another argument. I must be off. Same time tomorrow? Same time, same channel. I'd better head off too. I don't want to risk being late. And then she ascends through the heavens. Lily smiles gently, picks up her cane, and walks out into the hall. I turn my back on Lily as we head in opposite directions. For some reason, I find myself hoping she doesn't get into another fight with Shizune. As much as I like Lily, Shizune and Misha have been pretty instrumental in helping me adjust, even if half of our conversations are thinly veiled recruitment attempts. Yeah. For those of you who don't know Shizune and Misha, Shizune is a deaf person that speaks through sign language, and also like the head of the student council, and they kept trying to recruit me like Nazis. Wouldn't be surprised if they killed us. Then again, I barely know either of them. Maybe they were previously leaders of some kind of secret society, but their love for each other drove them apart. Man, I need to stop reading cheap fiction. It's rotting my brain. Either that, or I've got to move away from Kenji and his bad influences. Oh, yeah, Kenji. The Kenji parts in my Katawa Shoujo Let's Play, I think, are the only parts worth watching. It's sad that I can't tell the two apart anymore. Yeah. I slide my books down the return chute, and they crash into the cart with a pleasant thud. Oh. I don't like it when they do the whole slamming noise. Yuko, however, doesn't seem as impressed as I. Hisao, you scared me! Sorry, I thought you would be used to that by now. Or is the literacy level here so low that nobody borrows any books? Oh. Huh? No, I think everyone here can read fine. Yeah, never mind. There are some battles that you can never win. Trying to explain jokes is one of them. My dad taught me that the hard way. Okay. Yeah. Say, Yuko, have you seen Hanako about? She left classes early, but she wasn't in her usual hiding place. I think I saw her sneak in before lunch. Oh, but I'm not supposed to tell anyone that. Ah, genius. I just told you that I saw her leave. No need to stress out. Oh, of course. She's probably in the back. Thanks. Got any new books recently? No, sorry. I'll let you know when we do, though. Okay. If there's one thing I know about librarians, part-time or otherwise, is that they appreciate people who take a genuine interest in their work. I used to work at a library. I don't necessarily appreciate people who took an interest in my work, though. I'm more of stayed to myself. I walk the now familiar path to Hanako's reading nook and picking out a few titles along the way. Sometimes I find it hard to discover a book that will interest me among the shelves. An author's name and a two-word title don't mean much in a sea of similar words. For that reason, I sometimes reread books that I read in the past. Better to bet on the favorite than a new runner. That's why I read those IDW books like in waves. I have my different little readathons. Ay. Which, by the way, now that we have like the G.I. Joe stuff, the IDW universe went from like around 100-ish issues to half a thousand, so ooh. An unfamiliar title from a familiar author peeks out among the spines of the neighbors, so I remove it from the shelf. At least I'm not going over old material. Yeah. Oh, we've located the HANAKO. As expected, Hanako sits on her beanbag, buried deep in a copy of Dance, Dance, Dance. Sorry, that was my Dance Dance revolution, you might say. Hi Hanako, how's it going? I fight back the urge to ask why she left class early. If Lily's suspicion were right, then asking her about that could have the opposite effect. But best to leave it for the time being. Sometimes the best way to get an answer from someone is to never ask the question. That's my life. I'm never asking people anything. Hey, hello, so I'm fine. Something seems off, and after a couple of seconds I realize what it is. Hanako's smiling. Oh god! She looks as if she's pleased to see me. Not pleased to see me, she just looks like it. It's a nice change from the usual, instinctively frightened reaction, and something I hope I can see more of as we get to know each other better. Good to hear. How's that book? I've heard it's a trip. Is it like an acid trip? Like, whoa! I've never read a book that's like that. Well, Grant Morrison. It's good, I think. I've only just started it, so I don't really know. Fair enough. Let me know how it goes. I may borrow it once you're done. Sure. There's a good 15 minutes left in lunch. Not enough to really get into a book, but too much to stand around doing nothing. Ah, gotcha. And Hanako's already returned to her reading, so I doubt I'll get much conversation from her. Oh well, I better make myself comfortable. I slouch into a beanbag and crap. Oh. God. I slouch into a beanbag and crack open my book. There we go. The familiar style of the author leaps out at me from the very first line. As the sentences turn into paragraphs, I start to relax a little, like a little, don't hurt me book. And then, oh, you use a style I'm familiar with. Okay, I'll trust you more. But no matter how I try, I can't seem to get myself in the atmosphere of the book. This is partially due to the lack of time, but the more distracting factor is Hanako. Every 10 or so seconds she peers over the top of the book, but when our eyes meet, she quickly ducks behind the covers. I guess she did want to talk about something after all. What's up? You look like a prairie dog on lookout. It's nothing. I've told you before, nothing means something when you say it like that. Hanako squirms a little in her beanbag, hoping that by changing her position she'll find the words she's looking for. I was in an accident. Oh, is now when you're going to tell us about your scars after all these days, just casually out of nowhere without any pretext? Accident? Just now? Are you alright? Hanako shakes her head, her hair flowing around her shoulders in wisps of amethyst on a background of pale and dark flesh. No, see, I was the district attorney for Gotham City, and, this one person, he had acid. Unless we're going by the New 52, in which I pissed off some Irish twins. No, when I was younger. Realization crashes into me like a semi. When I was... It's alright, Hanako. You don't have to tell me anything if you don't want to. Again, she shakes her head. No, I have to tell you. Oh, dang. When I was a young boy, my father... This is a sad moment. I shouldn't be doing this. When I was young, I was in a fire. My house burned down, and I nearly didn't make it.
Did you see that freaking article about...
Just stay there. Just stay there, Primus. You'll be good.
Why would you do this to
me? You just stay there, Primus. You'll be safe. You'll be safe there, Primus.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna keep my little butterfly safe.
Okay, is that how we keep us safe? Shoving us in the corner?
Here, I'll give you a fishing rod.
Well, look at as a fishing. What am I gonna catch? Freaking lava fish?
I love that the wood's burning around you.
Everything is. This is fine.
This is my life now. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, I have a freaking pickaxe. What am I doing?
No. Don't leave me.
Twisty, I hope you kill your teammate. Have fun doing it. What did I do? We have people on the top! Take me back!
You were safe! You were safe where I had you! You were...
After that, I was alone. Hanako's eyes glisten in the dim light of the library, and I reach out to grasp her hand. It's okay, Hanako. You don't have to keep going. But I have to. Why? What brought this on? Last night, Lily told me about your heart. And I didn't think it was fair. Fair? To be fair, there are routes in this game where you know the disability of your target, of your partner, but they don't know anything about your heart, so, fair? That I knew about you, but you didn't know about me. I squeeze Hanako's hand a little. Don't be silly, but yes, I have a heart condition. I lean a little closer to Hanako. What I didn't tell Lily is that I had my first attack when a girl confessed to me. I smile a little to break the tension. Really? Really. I haven't heard from her for a while though, so I guess it's all over. Yeah, what happened to Iwa Nicole? I know it's all over. There's no other way to interpret what happened the last time I saw her. In some ways, not having heard from her again has helped me move on from that period of my life. So now, we both know a little more about each other, but you don't have to talk about things if you don't want to. In fact, I feel a little bad even thinking about that whole incident. I can almost smell the hospital's disinfectant burning the back of my sinuses again. I imagine Hanako is going through the same thing now. When I was in the hospital, I went to the burn ward once, and only once. I was bored, so I went for a walk through all the wards. I went through oncology, I think, and thought I could take it, but when I got to the burn ward, I turned around and went back to my bed. Just, hey, nope, I'm just gonna leave. I shouldn't be joking about this, should I? To think that Hanako would have spent months in a place like that, smelling nothing but corrupted skin, strong disinfectant and sterilized air. The really bad cases were kept in isolated pods that no foreign objects could enter. That would have meant no reading. No reading. I would have gone insane if I didn't have my books in the hospital. And she said she was alone. Did her parents die? I'll have to ask Lily about it. I can imagine myself saying something dumb unintentionally. Thank you, Hisao. I haven't told many people about this. To be honest, I haven't told many people about my circumstances either. Then I won't tell anyone either. Deal. Whoa, that's an energetic bell. I changed my grip on Hanako's hand into a handshake as the warning bells chime through the window. Well then, we better head to class then, eh? Sure. Well, bam. Act 3, Castling. Ah, 'cause she likes chess. Alright guys, we're gonna end it here. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you've never seen this before. We gotta end this series at some point, but I really like making these, so yeah. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe if you want to. Follow me on social media for updates. Follow my main channel if you like Transformers stuff, huh? And yeah. Next time we'll apparently continue talking to Hanako. So yeah, have a good day, ladies and gentlemen.